Dak, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you very much, Davina. It's my pleasure, as always.
As always. I always love it. And right now, we're all talking about embodied carbon. InfraBuild's been incredibly committed in this space. Can you please let us know what you've been up to?
We have publicly stated our policy of CN30 and committed to net zero by 2030. This is a task that we undertook some years back, and we are progressing this journey quite well. Our business model is driven by our customers' expectation. If you think about our customers of today and future, everyone is talking about low embodied carbon in their projects, in their building. And that really drives our innovation, and that drives our product development. And as a process, we have now developed a high strength steel, which is going to be a new product range, and essentially with low embodied carbon and low carbon footprint, because it's lighter in weight and therefore less to deliver to the sites. So it's all in all, it's a great story, and we are really looking forward to launching that product very soon.
Well, that's really fascinating. And when we look at it with Transform, our key theme is that change is critical. You know, it's no longer the time to talk about things. So looking at what that means across low carbon materials, net zero in buildings, electrification, circularity, it's a real key focus for us across this conference. How does your work relate to those themes?
If you think about just scope 1 and 2 emissions, almost 76% come from the electricity that we currently use. And we are now actively engaged in converting that electricity usage to renewable. Now the process has started, and it will be a number of years before we get there, but we are very committed to that. And that alone would be almost getting it to zero if we achieve that.
Yeah, wow.
And change, as you mentioned, is so central to this, isn't it? I mean, if you really want to get from one level to another level, then change is inevitable. And we embrace change because this is one of our core values, alongside with family and sustainability. So the three core values that we always pride ourselves with, change is quite central to it. In fact, if you think about the decarbonization journey that underpins sustainability, then change is fundamental to it, because it drives the sustainability. The role of sustainability actually drives the change. And it is so critical and important in today's environment that we all must embrace it. In terms of circularity economy, I mean, we are already in the circular economy. We are quite circular in the sense we collect our recycled scrap and recycle it again over and over. And that's how we are able to make steel through our electric arc furnaces, which are in two strategic locations in Sydney and in Melbourne. We have about 1.4 million to 1.5 million tons of scrap metal collections throughout the year, and we essentially use them in our electric arc furnaces. What we are trying to tell our customers that we actually recycle steel, and we like to consider that as our sustainable model going forward.
I love the way that you've brought both your net zero work and your circularity together, and really how you're putting that in action there. So really wonderful to see that, and everyone will be very excited to see that in the product rolling through. So thank you, Dak, so much for coming.
Thank you, Davina.